Hello, this is Grandma Susie again, part 3. This is one chapter about Frog and Toad Together by Arnold Lobel. Just give me a second to get the chapter. Here it is. The garden. Frog was in his garden. Toad walked by. "What a fine garden you have, Frog," he said. "Yes," said Frog, "but it is very nice, but it is hard work." "Wish I had a garden," said Toad. "Here are some flower seeds. Plant them in the ground," said Frog, "and soon you will have a garden." "How soon?" asked Toad. "Oh, very soon," said Frog. Someone's going to be impatient, I feel. Oh. So, Toad went home. He ran home, and he planted the flower seeds. "Now, seeds," said Toad, "start growing." Toad walked up and down a few times. Up and down, pitter-pat, and the seeds did not start growing. Toad put his head close to the ground and said loudly, "Now, seeds, start growing." And Toad looked at the ground again. The seeds did not start to grow. Toad put his head very, very close to the ground and shouted, "Now, seeds, start growing." Frog came running up the path. What is all this noise?" he asked. "My seeds will not grow," said Toad. "Oh," said Frog, "you are shouting too much. These poor seeds are afraid to grow." "My seeds are afraid to go?" asked Toad. "Of course," said Frog. "Leave them alone for a few days. Let the sun shine on them. Let the rain fall on them. And soon your seeds will start to grow." Turn the page. That night, Toad looked out of his window. "Drat," said Toad, "my seeds have not started to grow." They must be afraid of the dark. And Toad ran to his garden with some candles. "I will read the seeds a story. Then they will not be afraid." And Toad read a long story to his seeds. Too much washing hands. My hands are so dry. All the next day, Toad sang songs to his seed. And all the next day, Toad read poems to his seed. And all the next day, Toad played music to his seed. Maybe your daddy can do that. Toad looked at the ground. The seeds did not start to grow. "What shall I do?" cried Toad. "These must be the most frightened seeds in the whole wide world." And then Toad felt very tired, and soon he went to sleep. Uh-oh. Oh, there's Kermie. He likes the story. He's smiling. Toad, wake up," said Frog. "Look at your garden." Toad looked at his garden. Little green plants were coming up out of the ground. Ooh, too many for me to count. I don't know about you. Can you count them? Group them by 5s or 10s? "At last," shouted Toad, "my seeds have stopped being afraid to grow." "And now you will have a nice garden too," said Frog. "Yes," said Toad, "but you were right, Frog. It is very hard work."